How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with best of 2015 IPAs and double IPAs. Gonna lump those all into one category. Why? That's what I feel like doing. So I'm gonna read off a list here. We're gonna do a bunch of these. Probably, hopefully, if I get them edited in time, the first week of the new year, starting with the first. And this is going to be a first in the series, so let's jump right into it. Like I said, this is going to be best of IPAs and double IPAs. I should put a bunch of shit up in here with graphics and stuff. Hopefully that comes to light. If not, it's going to be a real crooked video. Anyway, let's jump into it. First off, we're going to go top 5 on this one. Some of my lists are going to be top 5. Some are going to be top 10. Some might be even top 20s. So this one's going to be a top 5. That's because I felt like there was 5 of them that really did it for me. First off, even though this is not a top 5, because I'm going to do some honorable mentions. First off, these are the ones that barely missed the top 5 for me. First up, Treehouse Eureka with Citrus. Had that, probably reviewed it, let's say September, October-ish, I believe, for one of the best single IPAs, or I don't know if it was an IPA or American APA, slower ABV hop forward beers they had past year. I think it was the first Treehouse beer I had ever. It was really fucking fantastic. Absolutely great beer. And hope to get some more. So hopefully in the future we'll see what's what. That's on the honorable mentions. I'm going to put Alchemist Heady Topper on there too. It was just really that good. Me and my buddy Brad did a side-by-side of a year-old Heady Topper versus a fresh one. You can jump back in my reviews and see that. And it was a really fun experiment. And I hadn't had a Heady for a while. And when I went back and did that side-by-side, fresh versus old, I realized it's a pretty damn fucking good beer. So I'm just going to throw it on there because even though it is the king of hyped IPAs, or one that started it all, deserves its rep. Let's see. The last on the honorable mentions is Neshaminy Creep Shapes of Hops to Come. It was my first year having it. Missed it last year. Thought it was a really good beer. This one might make it on next year's Double Duckman from Union Brewing out of DC. Really good beer. That's what I'm drinking it right now. Interject that for what reason, I don't know. But yeah, that Neshaminy Shapes of Hops to Come. It was probably the 6th out of there, I would imagine. Just missed the top 5. Really nice beer from in-state for me. So I've had quite a few of them. So I really enjoyed it. So there you go. Top 5. Number 5. Founders Redonkulous, which rye IPA falls in this category for me. Or red IPA, I guess I would put it. Founders, this year I started getting some beer mails from breweries, which is really fucking cool. Founders set me off a couple beers, and that was like the one that stood out in it. They said core stuff with those. I was like, okay, I want to try it because it's part of their backstage series. Let's see what we got. And actually, it was really fucking delicious. So it's that rich, deep, kind of reddish, rye-ish kind of malt for me. Again, if I screw up here, don't crucify me. I didn't go back and read everything. With that huge kind of nice dankulous hop. Just trying to be funny. Danky hop just really did something for me. So I really enjoyed it. Number 4. Centipede. By Rating on My Parade from Maine. It was Foundation Brewing's Epiphany. It was a bit old too. He was kind of apologetic about it. He was like, "Oh man, I wish it was a little bit fresher." I think it was several weeks old, but it was still absolutely fantastic. Love the crap out of that beer. I've had it actually once or twice more since I reviewed it in fresh, and it stood up pretty well. So, time aside, absolutely fantastic beer. Small brewery. Hopefully they get a bit more distribution to where they actually obtain some. But yeah, that's my number 4. Number 3, Samuel Adams Rebel Raw. It's their first stab at a like a hazy, big kind of New England style double IPA, and if you see a theme going on here or wherever, that New England, new school, juicy kind of hop is what does it for me. So you're going to start seeing those pop up quite a bit. So yeah, the Rebel Raw had a nice dankness, had a nice juiciness. a decent amount of sweetness, probably a little bit sweeter than most people like their double IPAs, but it really did it for me. I absolutely enjoyed it. So, yeah, that falls in the 3 spot for me. Number 2, I can't even tell you how many of these I drank this year. I want to say a couple cases of these for 2 reasons. 1, it's fucking delicious. 2, I can get it because it's just distributed in my area. Great Lakes Chill Wave. I love Great Lakes Chill Wave. That beer, that hop profile they have in there, combined with that freaking honey malt, combined with that nice malt base in general, just did it for me. Sweet juiciness, not a ton of dankiness, but it's just a nice sweet juiciness with that honey. I can't wait for it to come out next year because I'm just going to crush a bunch of them again. And number 1, I'm going to do it again. It's going to be what probably a lot of people would do in this list, but I don't give a fuck because it's actually what I believe. Treehouse Julius. I reviewed it a couple days ago. Actually, I reviewed it a while ago. I just didn't get it up until a couple days ago, and I wanted to get it in before the end of the year so it can be on this list. So yes, I actually put some thought into what I'm doing. So yeah, I really enjoyed that beer. I enjoyed the crap out of it. The combination of super tropical juiciness with and that tropical juiciness is all from the hop profile, combined with that malt sweetness that balanced it. It wasn't malt sweet. It wasn't sweet, overly sweet. The sweetness balanced it, combined with that like super hazy, juicy, pulpy kind of chewiness. Almost reminded me of fruit juice, like tropical fruit juice, and it just did it for me on every level. It's one of those beers where a lot of people like poo on it because they're like, oh, either like Treehouse Julius is the best beer ever, or it sucks because it gets too much hype. I'm just going to fall in the middle somewhere and just say it's fucking hype the fuck, but it deserves every ounce of it because I really enjoyed the crap out of it. And I'm a hard guy to kind of turn when it comes to IPAs. I'm probably harder on IPAs than I am any other beer. And yeah, it just showed improved. So it was that delicious. So there you go. That's my top 10. Treehouse Julius wins it. Best in show. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my top 5. If you have any qualms against it, down there. Comments, leave suggestion comments, gripes, the whole 9, saying I suck or I don't suck, and you agree with what I said, or yada yada yada. And if you have any questions or comments about which ones I liked, head to my reviews and watch them and see what I think. So there you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this rundown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some awesome double IPAs and IPAs this year, and hopefully keep watching my reviews, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.